All right, make my clone challengers. If you haven't joined us yet, you better. We're going to talk about something really interesting today that you can use AI for, not only for yourself, but there's a huge opportunity of you turning this into a big business because, well, let's just face it, it's about to happen. And that is the concept of AEO. Right, we've heard of SEO, right? Search engine optimization. Well, AEO is the same, but for artificial intelligence to get recommended by all of the different LLMs. So before we get into it, we have an amazing guest with us today who's also one of our partners at the Make My Clone Challenge. I'm going to ask him about this because I'm by no means the AEO expert. I'm just learning about it. But before we do that, have you secured your seat for the Make My Clone Challenge? As of the moment that I am recording this, all right, or that I'm doing this, we have almost 18,000 registrations. 18,000. That is insane. We're right now, looks like, going to hit about 30,000. This is going to be by far, by more than double the largest virtual event or any event that I've ever done. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait. In 3 days, we're going to build your AI clone. I'm going to show you all the massive ways I'm using it. Right now, we're spending about $30,000 a day on traffic. It's just me. It's me and my clone. That's it. I don't have a media buyer. I don't have an agency. At this point, I don't even need my ad designer. I just have my editing team, video edits. That's it. All right? And that's like one person that does, I don't know, a little bit of video editing. This is incredible stuff. So get yourself registered for the Make My Clone Challenge. And if you're watching this inside the Facebook group, make sure you get upgraded to the VIP experience. All the links are in the description. Go make it happen. Now, without further ado, here's an individual that I'm going to introduce you to that have, him and I have followed each other. We've kind of tracked each other now for a while. I've definitely seen some of the cool things he's working on. He reached out when he saw what we were doing with the Make My Clone Challenge and said, we've got to be a part of this. And he goes, hey, have you heard of AEO? And I'm like, yes, but I don't know much about it. Turns out he's built one of the best software solutions in that arena. And right now he thinks it is the #1 opportunity for marketing agencies. And it's funny, I'll just give a personal experience, Dan. This happened about 2 weeks ago. I was researching something for my business and an article came up that I clicked and I liked. And the recommendation of who wrote that article was this agency, which I then within 24 hours hired at a 5-figure a month account. So guys, just think about that for a second. That was completely AEO at its best. Like there's an agency out there that was able to use AEO to attract me into what would probably now be a 6-figure a year contract. So I'm already like a customer of it. Like I'm already using this. I don't even know the last time I went to Google for anything now. I mean, I am just pure, simple using LLMs. So, Dan, I'm a believer from the consumer side. Now I want to learn more about how I should be using this in my business. So thanks for your support on the Make My Clone Challenge. And welcome to the interview, man. Tell us a little bit about AEO.
Thanks, Anik. And just to say, what an amazing time to be running a business right now, to be online. What an amazing time to be alive. Like it is a complete reset of the game. And what AEO is doing for visibility and conversion and growth for businesses is like going all the way back to the beginning of Google when we were figuring out SEO and Google ads all the way back when. And you hear these comments like, well, it was easy back then. I'm telling you now, we are at a complete new starting point. And you mentioned the conversion rates. We're seeing 4 to 9 times the conversion rate when traffic's coming from ChatGPT or the Google AI summary, as opposed to old Google. 9 times the conversion rate. And what you've explained there in terms of your experience of finding that article, finding it credible, contacting the agency, and just instantly having that trust and then giving them a 5-figure retainer. We're seeing it across not only B2B, agency, but we're also seeing it in e-commerce and every single other sort of sector that we've been focusing on.
That's so crazy, man. It's incredible. It really is incredible to see what is going on with AI. Dan, I mean this, and everyone will think I'm hyping. I'm really not. It's actually negatively impacting my health. AI is negatively impacting my health. Let me explain exactly why. I can't effing sleep. Like, I can no longer sleep, and that's the truth. because every night I'm innovating at a level and a capacity that I have just never seen. And to some level, I gotta be honest, I feel a little bit superhuman. We've reached a point in my business right now. So for those entrepreneurs who are switched on, who have been working and who have been saying, God, I wish I could just have 10 of me, right? First of all, be careful what you wish for. But that moment has come. And so for me, over the weekend, this past weekend, I sat down and I thought, hey, I have this opportunity. I have this. How do I connect these two opportunities because of the Make My Clone Challenge? And out of it, man, came the most brilliant concept, idea, and something that I genuinely believe could turn into a multi-billion-dollar company in and of itself and serve humanity, it was like checking off 10 boxes. And I had a logo ready to go, an executive summary ready to go, a financial plan ready to go. I had it all done in the span of a weekend. And that was using my phone laying in bed, right? Like, I don't think people are really grasping. And so one of my big messages right now to everybody has been, I no longer believe, as of the last 1 to 2 weeks, I no longer believe that AI is going to negatively impact the employment force. I do not believe it's going to cut jobs. I think there will be departments and types of jobs that get cut. But in our company, we can't hire fast enough right now. We are growing our India operation faster than is possible because of the increased output from AI. So I think it's going to bring massive opportunities. And right now, any business that's not looking at AEO, including my own, you're going to lose out, because just think to yourself, yes, the majority of the population still uses Google the traditional way. That's just because people take time to adapt. But I don't. I see zero reason to go to Google and ask it anything now when I can work with any of the LLMs. Hell, I'll ask Gemini. I like Google Gemini. So I don't have an issue with Google. I'm a big believer of Google. I actually think they're going to win the AI race.
I do too.
But,
yeah, I agree.
But I just don't want to use Google.com. I'll use Gemini So what are some of the so first and foremost, let me ask you this. I know that the software that you've built, you're going to be doing a demo of it during the Make My Clone Challenge, which is epic. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, businesses can use this for themselves, to
correct.
AEO themselves. But I think you see an even bigger opportunity, low-hanging fruit, as I would call it, for marketing agencies or freelancers to utilize this to help the millions of businesses in the world right now that have no idea what AEO is. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. And just to step back on the stats you were talking about, the trajectory is very clear. By 2026, 25% of all search will start on ChatGPT or an alternative LLM. And even today, as we sit here in Q4 of 2025, 60% of all Google searches are no longer clicking a link. And if you think about that, think about the power of that. All they're doing is reading the summary at the top of the Google results, which is Google Gemini's AI summary. Yes, Google are a step away from going full AI mode for all the commercial reasons of advertising and all the kind of monetary streams, but 60% are no longer clicking a link. So this isn't something like we're setting up for in future. This is already happening, and I'm a big believer in you skate to where the puck is going, not where it is. That puck is already moving. It's already heading in that direction. So what I'm going to be sharing when we jump into the challenge is not only giving you a walk through the platform, and it's a turnkey kind of SaaS as a service type opportunity that we've built here, but also how to do some of the foundational steps as an agency, as a business owner, to start getting in the right direction, to start moving in the same direction as that puck, to start building that visibility. Now, it is a pretty wide spectrum of activity to influence LLM search results and the recommendations that come up. And that's why we've built what we know to be the world's most powerful platform for generating visibility in these platforms. But there are some foundational steps you can take to work towards that. And then in the demo, I will demonstrate how you can get access to this brand new technology that is just kicking ass across B2B, B2C, e-commerce. We're just seeing big hockey stick growth across the board. So I'll be walking through some of the on-page, some of the schema, some of the back-end stuff, some of the new versions of backlinks that we have to create in today's world. And for anyone listening and hearing AEO, just think of it as SEO 2.0, and it stands for Answer, engine optimization. And Anik, what's really, really
I didn't
interesting is
know
not.
that. I was going to ask you
Yeah.
that. I had no idea. I was going to ask you, why isn't it AIEO, even though that's a mouthful, but
Well,
I
dude,
get it now.
there's people, loads of people are debating this right now. AEO, GEO. There's a few kind of different synonyms going on, but AEO seems to be picking up the race and being the front runner is the most obvious answer to what this is. But what we're also seeing as well is it's not only influencing the results and the recommendations inside of the AI search engines like ChatGPT and Claude and Grok and Copilot and Perplexity, but it's also influencing the old organic search results in Google. So for that 40% that still are clicking links, we're also gaining that visibility. So any agencies or business owners that are currently directing budget towards that can repurpose it towards this and hit both with the same budget. And for agencies, as you mentioned, Anik, it's a huge opportunity because the minute you mention to a business owner, hey, I can make you the recommended business in ChatGPT when your customer searches or asks a question relevant to your service or product, you see their face light up because it's exactly what they're doing. They're going to ChatGPT and people are stopping searching using keywords and are starting to ask questions. And when they go, wow, I could be the answer there, it's a complete blue ocean and it's a massive opportunity.
Yeah, incredible. Now, listen, everyone. I know that we talked a lot about technical things, right? On page, off page, linking, and none of that sounds fun. But I think the cool thing that you're about to witness, and Dan, again, correct me if I'm misstating this, but you figured all that out. Meaning, yes, it's
Yeah.
good. You gotta know how something works. It's always good to know how it works, but you don't need to necessarily make it work, right? So, hey, if I'm going to get in a self-driving car, it's probably helpful if I know how the car works and just generally what rules it's following and the street rules but I don't have to drive it, right? It's going to drive itself. And that's exactly what Dan's going to show you is how to put this thing on autopilot. So as an agency, you go in and you can charge premium prices, but you don't have to do premium level work. You just go into the software, turn things on, and now it's delivering the results for the client and or your own business. So my intention, absolutely, my commitment has been, and Dan doesn't know this yet, but my commitment has been that as soon as this challenge is over, I now know personally what are the genres of searches in the AI world that I want to show up for. And so I had already told the team, I said, hey, as soon as this is over, we're going to go and we're going to work with Dan and his team, and we're going to make sure that we are optimizing the crap out of our brand to show up in the LLMs for anything artificial intelligence, especially marketing artificial intelligence related. Look, everyone, get your butts into the challenge. Okay, this is just a little tip of the iceberg. Day one, I'm going to teach you exactly how to build your clone. We're going to talk about the various different technologies. I'm going to show you different methodologies on how to build the 4 clones you need to build your super agent. Day two, I'm going to get much more detailed into, how to actually basically use that clone. So what do I go out and do? How have I had over 100 million impressions on social media, created courses, now I'm creating ads, creating VSLs, videos. As a matter of fact, most people don't know this, but the whole Make My Clone Challenge, every asset that you engaged with, video, ad, written copy, anything in that entire funnel from the first ad all the way into the members area so far, all AI. It's all my
That's
clone. And I
crazy.
did that on purpose because I wanted to make sure I could prove my point. And now what do we have? We have 18,000 people registered, estimated 30,000. That's my clone going to work for me. And that is incredible. Incredible. So day two, I'm going to show you how the hell we're doing that. And day three, we're going to talk about scaling that clone, scaling with AI. Exactly things like AEO, course creation, right? And writing your book and just doing the next big thing with with AI and getting away from search into, I love this, answer engine optimization. I'm going to vote for AEO for whoever's counting the tallies there. Dan, there are going to be people who want to get ahead. There's people right now watching that are like, all right, I need to talk to Dan's team. I need to get a hold of them right now. Just so everyone knows, I don't make a commission on this. There's nothing. Like, they're a great partner of ours, but where can people go to learn more about your services, about AEO, about your software, about you, and just please throw the URLs out.
Yeah, sure. So go to aeoengine.ai. That's AEOengine.ai. And on there, there's also a free guide when you opt in, and it'll kind of walk you through how some of this works. But to really kind of make a clear point, as Anik said, we've built an agentic AI capability, which means a fully autonomous platform that goes off little robot workers that do all of this work for you. And for agency owners, it's completely turnkey. It's a premium service that you can mark up, and it's super, super exciting. So AEOengine.ai.
Love it. All right, guys, everybody. AEOengine.ai. Put that into the browser. Go there. There's a free report. Learn more about it. And if you want to talk to their team, do so. And then make sure you are there on the Make My Clone Challenge to watch Dan's epic talk, which you can save your seat for right now by going to makemyclone.ai/start. makemyclone.ai/start. And if you're already in the Facebook group watching this because you've already joined, make sure you upgrade to VIP, which the links are above, but it's makemyclone.ai/VIP. All right, make sure you're in there. It's $12 a day. Gets you lots of great stuff, gets you replays, gets you 3 extra hours of Q&A, and gets it so that you can actually give this challenge afterwards and let your team watch it so that they also can clone themselves and make your business that much more efficient. This is Anik Singhal. Can't wait to see you guys bright and early on December 8th. We're going to have an epic time during this challenge. This is Anik reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, push it the heck back.